my fault.
I have some fault there too.
Yeah. Last year, we had the ceremony ran a little bit long. I had to actually go up to brand new Hall of Fame inductees and ask them to please move along. I did not want to do that again, so I may have overcompensated. Just.
Sabina and Michael, are you in here?
Yes,
they are.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
She was singing just a moment ago.
First people I would like to invite up here are Sabina and Michael Kinder, Tim Griffin, and Leslie Hudson. These lovely people have entertained us both on stage and in circle and in workshops and in theme filks. And I think we should give them one last round of applause for this You can maybe go off to the side. Yes, that would be fine. Okay, we're going to have half the con up here because Peggy's going to talk about CONCOM. I think.
Oh, sure, why not? This year, as you may have heard, has been a little bit of a challenging year for us. We've had CONCOM going through various challenges, physically, some of us mentally, and so on and so forth. So long story short, I think that this long-suffering CONCOM, I think they did an awesome job. Despite everything and despite me. Anyway, so to start, I'd like to thank Judith Heyman, my co-con chair. And I'm not doing this in any particular order except as I see them behind me here.
Wise on a Sunday.
Yes. Sally Hedford at Don Hotel running the raffle. She kind of is the voice of sense for us on occasion. I'm not sure why she hasn't lost her sanity yet. Moose and bear, yes. Oh, sorry, we digress. Come on, Alan, stop that. Keep us on time.
Try to stretch it back out so that it fills in the time.
Alan Pollard and Morva Bowman, who tries to keep Alan in line. Yeah, I'll Gabby. And Carol, yeah, we'll get there. Okay. David Heyman was in charge of the money. Okay, he's got an important job here, and Hall of Fame, of course. Then there's this guy on the end, the sound guy. Well, he's mostly sound. I'm keeping him. You can't have him. Ken Lalonde. I'd like to also, do you want to thank our, go for it.
Do we have a list?
Okay,
Gabby, remind me. Not in the room at the moment is Gabby Toth, who's upstairs in dealers.
And she's also CONCOM.
And our wonderful staff, Carolyn Brown, Sue Jeffers, and Bruce Gill, who took that barge lift, that bale with doing all the Mike Ninja, or most of the Mike Ninjaing stuff. Thank you so much. We had a whole whack of volunteers come to Consuite. Peggy has the list. I would like to single out two people in particular. One of them was Joey Shoji. We spent multiple hours Friday evening, and you know that Joey is an Energizer bunny, right? Okay.
Wearing shorts.
We have a date for him to clean my house, maybe on Wednesday.
Any day now.
How much wine do you have to buy him first?
How much whiskey do you have to buy?
Okay, wait a second.
Wait a minute, how much
Under-
of this wine and whiskey do you have?
Good question. That was where I was going. In my special little compartment underneath my downstairs, I have, count them, four cartons of Joey's wine. The other person I'd like to single out has been incredible today, and that's Patrick McMenamin. I know, having consulted Kathy, that he's always wonderful, but he has been very much the person who has just been running back and forth and cleaning out our prep room and cleaning out our constituent. He's been fantastic. Thank you.
And by the way, speaking of Judith's special Joey Cash party at the Haymans first thing tomorrow. She is so gonna kill me. I'd like to take a moment to mention the other people that did help out in the con suite. Of course, Joey and Patrick, Larry Kirby, Sue Len, Lisa Paddle, Mark Bernstein, Blind Lemming, Jane Garthson. And I also want to say, and Kevin, and also I want to thank Kevin Grucock for loaning us some of the lights for the con, helping us with tech, taking care of the live streaming for us. Yay, Kevin. And, pardon? I was getting there. And a special thank you to the winner of the Penguin Song Contest and the gentleman who stepped in at the last moment to run the children's pizza party, Randy Hoffman. Oh, and David Garland, who you will see around. Oh,
Everywhere.
Everywhere. He's very good at pulling his hat down to cover his eyes. He is always there to lend a hand. Just ask him to help and he will help. And he makes us buttons every year. He's the maker of the social justice bard buttons. He gives us the, it's my first year at FilKOntario buttons. David, and so does Sue Jeffers, yes. Well, Sue's my daughter, what can I say? Don't ask. Don't ask. Hotel?
What?
Do you want to think? Have I missed anybody?
Heather?
Oh, Heather Boreen for making us the lovely quilt. And Heather for helping with Interfilk before she got sick, yes. And Vicky, who is always around lending a hand, and she's very, very shy about it. Oh, yes.
And way back when we did the contract for this hotel, we got the happy news that, like OVFF, that there was a very limited number, of electrical things that would be permitted in Consuite, which meant we had to rethink everything. Dave and I happened to go to FilK this year, and they have a no hot stuff Consuite. And I spent some time talking with their head of Consuite, Sharon Alsop. Sharon sent me the notes for the FilK Consuite. These were biblical in length and in detail. I don't think it ran to much under 65 pages, but it was detailed. It was, and she gave reasons. This is why I do this. This is why I do this. This is why I do this. Here's where I get bargains, most of which, or many of which don't apply in Canada because we don't have double coupon days and stuff, but it's Canada. And I used that as the inspiration for the Consuite plan. Okay, and damn, it worked, Sharon! So, how's your back?
wanted to say about the consuite. Judith Heyman prepared most of the food that is in the consuite. She did the shopping for most of the food that's in the consuite. She did the schlepping for most of the food in the consuite. And with some help, there have been people helping, but Judith basically took the ball and ran with it. The meats that were in the consuite, the ham and the beef, Judith cooked. She bought the pieces of meat, she cooked them. She sliced them with her handy dandy new slicer and managed not to get any fingers in the way, which for Judith is a bit of a feat. She usually cuts fingers before cons. She did the runs for the, sorry, let me rephrase that. She went shopping for the vegetables to make sure that the vegetables were fresh. She cooked all the eggs so that we had hard-boiled eggs. She bought the cheese so that there was lots of protein. She made the hummus. And she made the tofu, the spiced tofu. So I think Judith deserves a big round of applause.
I want to tell you that the tofu was a first in the Heyman household. And after it was marinated and I grilled it in my nice little grill pan, my smoke detector went off 4 times. And
You were smoking it too.
if we don't have any other, things, my personal thanks goes out to my roommate and beloved friend Kathleen, who's got me saying this weekend.
And speaking from experience, Kathleen, you're a miracle worker.
None of them is here.
No, I know, but we still like thanking the hotel. The hotel stepped up every time we had an issue and helped, tried their best to make the issues go away. So I'd like to thank them. I think that's it. Yes. Oh, no.
Tim,
Next year's guests.
Yeah.
just a minute, Peggy, I'll help you.
Please.
Don't you want to?
Oh, yes, she wants to make, now I might need
Don't
help
you
with
want
the
to finish thanking
pronunciation.
this year's guests?
Oh, well, yes, we did thank this year's guests at the beginning. We have, but we would like to thank them again. Where are they? Wait a minute. Oh,
You
yes,
gave an
Steve.
invitation for not paying attention.
Yes, okay. Yes, Steve. How many people actually read the program book? Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Maybe that's more than I thought. Okay,
So one more time.
yes. Next year's guest of honor, Juanita Colson. And our official FilKOntario Filkway, Margaret Davis and Christoph Clover. And our Interfilk guest, Summer Lorraine Russell.
So we closed the con as we started it with singing. And the first person to come up is going to be Valerie Housden to do Sam's song and Urban something or another and Friends.
Yeah, the
We'll do
Urban Alchemy.
It takes two. Urban Alchemy. Okay. It takes 2 people to replace Allison.
Four.
Oh. And let's just have the songs and we can all cry to Sam's song and then be uplifted by Home to FilKOntario. There we go. For the one, and then I get all happy.
Thank you.
Alan wants to do the first job now. He's doing it. Good job.
It's a single.
Yes.
Try and stop them.
Well, it's after hours down in Harry's bar, and the evening has just begun. And MacIver is telling all over again how he nearly fell into the sun. And the droid in the corner is getting well oiled, and the Wookiee has let down his hair. And I'm sitting alone on a 49 bus, and I'm wishing that I was there. I'll have one more photon torpedo, Harry, and make it a liter or more. And if I should happen to fall off my seat, just let me slip to the floor. 'Cause it took me too many years to come, but I'm where I wanted to be. Home is the hunter, home from the hill, and the sailor, home from the sea. And it's outward bound on an iron ship, and the warp drive is coming apart. And that damn vigilante is back on our tail, and we've only got 5 minutes start, maybe 3. And the planets around here all have us on fire, and they'll grab us as soon as we land. And I'm sitting alone on a barrister's desk, and I'm watching life slip through my hand. I'll have one more try at the warp drive, Xander, and then we'll work out what to say. And although my life is in deadly danger, I feel that I've lived for this day. 'Cause it took me too many years to come, but I'm where I wanted to be. Home is the hunter, home from the hill, and the sailor, home from the sea. Well, it's peaceful down here in the library, and I'm reading of Helen and Jet. And Kirk and the 7 are all on their way, and an iron is never in debt. And my friends are around me, and so are my foes, but no one's for fighting today. And I'm standing alone on the top of this hill, and it's only inches away. I'll read one more page of my oldest book, the one that I know and love best. Then I'm for my bed and my mind for its roaming, while everything's lying at rest. 'Cause it took me too many years to come, but I'm where I wanted to be. Home is the hunter, home from the hill, and the sailor home from the sea. Yes, it took me too many years to know that wherever I happen to be, it's home for the hunter, home from the hill, and the sailors home from the sea, home from the sea.
So as you all know, one of our Urban Tapestry's members, Urban Tapestry, Allison Durno, she fell ill earlier in the weekend, and she's usually the most
She's our face person.
she's most eloquent. Jody and I aren't. So we really miss Allison. In fact, can you all, like, I'm hoping she's watching live stream. If you say, "We miss you, Allison." 1, 2, 3.
We miss you, Allison.
But thank you so much to Sue and Steve, who are our substitute Allisons behind. And they're gonna help us.
We're not real Allison.
Oh, and the lyrics, please sing along the lyrics from the last page of your
Is this live? We're live?
And we really appreciate, especially since Sue and Steve agreed to do this on very, very short notice. So thank you so much.
We don't need no stinking rehearsals.
Nobody ever sings Allison's part except Allison, right? We're all quiet.
Yeah, right.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Sue, quiet.
Well, not you.
Aw, love your daughter.
I used to feel the lyrics slide inside my head. Music filled me up, and I felt I would explode in a burst of colored static. And the people all around, their eyes on the ground. Bring me home to FilKOntario. Stay, sing with me, we'll be alright. Sing all night with my friends at FilKOntario. Bring me home to FilKOntario. Stay, sing with me, we'll be alright. Sing all night with my friends at FilKOntario. One fateful weekend, my friend took me to a film. Whilst at Phil, I said, she laughed and took my hand, led me to a room of people with guitars and easy smiles, and I stayed a while. Bring me home to FilKOntario. Stay, sing with me, we'll be alright. Sing all night with my friends at FilKOntario. So now I'm hooked, I go to FilKOns every year. Never get much sleep. My sleep I could be filming. The circle changes, but the smiles are still the same, and the song remains. And each time I find it harder to say goodbye at the end of the day. May our paths cross again, my friend. Our voices may not be all perfectly on key, but we lift each other up and share the melody as we fill the room with music. And I know I'll be alright as they sing it to the night. Bring me home to FilKOntario. Stay, sing with me, we'll be alright. Sing all night with my friends at FilKOntario. Bring me home to FilKOntario. Stay, sing with me, we'll be alright. Sing all night with my friends at FilKOntario. To FilKOntario, stay, sing with me, we'll be alright. Sing all night with my friends at
Thank you. Come on home to FilKOntario next year. Now we'll have the jam hosted by Steve Mack and Kathy McMenamin. And I understand some guy called Gundo might be involved with this as well. Need to move some chairs, but the con is closed. On the other hand, see you after dinner for the Dead Dog Phil.
Penguin. That penguin, pardon me.
8
Why would
p.m.
you
in
want to kill a
Grammarly.
perfectly live penguin?
And we'll be starting off with Earth Day themed songs because today is Earth Day.
Recycle the film song.